Alright guys, it's been a long week, mainly because it was my birthday. We decided to go out like before, during, and after, and then yesterday, actually yesterday was an awesome day. So that 351 Windsor that I built in the garage, that 4R70W that I built in the garage that me and my buddy Tim put together, I should say, I got to drive that car yesterday, and I'm going to kind of get into that later about how I may change the trajectory of what I'm kind of doing here. But what I will say is that we finally got this on a stand. I'm really tired today. It's hot. It's just been long. Yesterday was a long day. I did my dad's brakes in the morning, then I went over to my buddy Tim's. I tuned a Chevelle. I helped him tune that Chevelle, and then I helped him, my buddy Tim, also tune his Mustang a little bit more, get the AFR into the leaner side of things. And I got the Olds 350 pretty much ready to deliver, and we cleaned up. It may not look like it, but we made room. We can bring the Pontiac back home. I've actually been daily driving that car and just kind of parking it at the shop if I'm not driving it. So, but this is going to start coming apart. But next weekend, we have 3 days of racing. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be a very long weekend. So I don't foresee us getting into this. But what I will say is that after driving my friend Tim's Mustang yesterday, what I learned is that, man, that is a fun street car. So the car runs 11 O's, best 60 foot times been a 153, and best mile an hour has been a 124. It's a 10-second car. And that's been in the heat. It's got 11 O's in the heat, I might add, and it's on the fat side. So it's definitely going to go tens. And man, I was driving that car beating on it, and I got like a video I'm going to put on here of me just driving it, and you're going to hear a lot of noises, but this car has like no interior. It's got all Heim joints, like every bump in the road you're going to hear it rattling through the car, and that's just part of the race car experience. And then you're also going to hear his door bars, they're pinned in and you can hear them. But regardless, I had a fun time yesterday messing around with helping my buddy tune up those cars and getting them to run right, figuring out the flat spots, going, knowing where to go and being able to help somebody is kind of a good thing. And I think we got both cars pretty good. So as far as the olds, everything is good and holding up. But man, after driving my buddy's Mustang, like, I kind of want a street car somewhat again. So like, I'm going to stick with the 427, but I may re-gear the car because, driving my buddy's car with a 373, he's got an overdrive transmission. Just with a 351 Windsor, and I might add, like, I think one day we're going to have to do a full combo coverage of that whole setup because it's very impressive for what it is. And I don't know why people put LSs in Ford Mustangs. Like, the 351 Windsor, for the money he's got in it, it kicks ass. It runs tens, and I don't think he has over 5,000 into that whole engine. It's a pretty badass piece for what it is. And obviously, the 4R70W is an expensive transmission to rebuild, but we decided to do it. And some of the most expensive parts of that transmission are the controller itself and a few of the hard parts. But the work we did all ourselves here in the basement. Obviously, the engine was built in the basement. Just goes to show you what you can do with just a little bit of information, know-how, and just doing it. So I didn't train to be an engine builder, but I've been building stuff, and I've been able to help my friends, and I'm really happy to be a part of that whole deal with my buddy's Mustang because that thing is very, very impressive. So and I got to drive it and beat the shit out of it yesterday. We went to a cruise night and it was a good time, but it's like 86 degrees in the garage right now, and I got everything shut so that you guys can't hear traffic or anything else going on. So I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to try to get as much footage of the racing next weekend. There's going to be a lot going on at the track. And then I'm just going to put a good clip of us cruising around and with the Mustang and that beautiful Chevelle and a couple of pictures, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Things right now are kind of in limbo because my buddy still has the Merlin cylinder heads, and we still have to kind of figure out where we want to go with the engine. We may not do the Merlin heads. After driving that Mustang around, I may opt to build it a little bit differently. Just because, man, that was a lot of fun. That car, I was doing like 40 and just punched it and just blazed the tires like from a 40 roll. That's impressive. So, I know the Fox body is pretty light, but, running 11 O's in the heat is nothing to sneeze at. That's a 10-second car all day, with ideal conditions. And that car kept its cool. It ran at 180. It's got the overdrive, just perfect. So really, after doing all that, I am highly reconsidering my life with my car. If I'm going to build a Chevy, I may as well build something I can drive since I got the extra cubic inches. But I don't want to go too big because at the end of the day, I know that there's horsepower to be had on the upper end. But regardless of that, that's a whole different subject for a different day, and I'm waiting for my buddy to give me the word, see what he thinks about those Merlin heads, see what the flow numbers are, and ultimately see what we can do. So we'll see you guys around. Show, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Scott Cutlass, and stay tuned. We got things coming on, and and then we're gonna end up firing that 350 Olds that's been in the background. That's gonna be for sale. That thing's all stock, all original. I'm gonna clean it up, just go through it, and put it together and fire it up. So we'll see you around.